Close your eyes, 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 eyes.
I am fully open and present in the moment to receive any guidance that speaks to my soul. I will be honest and authentic with myself, facing the truth that my body, my intuition, is guiding me as either confirmation or a nudge for healing. I am prepared to wholeheartedly start or continue on my journey to self-discovery and healing. Hello everyone, welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading we're going to be looking at what area in your life do you need to simplify. Now, when we talk about simplifying our lives, most of the time people start decluttering their home or doing a detox with the physical detox, right? So it's mainly a drastic change. Now, not everyone can do that. So I was guided by Spirit to do this reading where we're going to find out what area needs your attention first, right? The area where you can start the process of simplifying, right? That's breaking habits, right? Breaking down patterns, right? This is also recognizing it. Now, when you recognize these patterns, that's when you can move towards change, right? Correcting it or stop doing it, right? So it varies. Now, the way we're going to read this is depending on the suit that appears, that's the area, right, where you need to start working on simplifying, decluttering, clearing. Okay, so we're going to have 4 options to choose from, right? So think of a number from 1 to 4. The number that pops up in your mind's eye, that's your pile. Now you can pause the video, choose a number. Let's get to it. Hello, option 1. For those of you who selected the number 1, here's your reading. So we're going to use the tarot. Let's see what area of your life needs simplifying. What area of Shamans needs simplifying? Whoa, thank you. And you have 2 cards. So we have here the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. It's saying to the more dominant energy that's popping up is the King of Swords, because the kings are much more powerful than the knights. Even though the knights do go out there and they're the ones that are getting the job done, they're doing the dirty work, the king is the one that's making the decisions. So the suit that, or the area in your life that you need to simplify is your mental body, right? So it's simplifying things based on not overthinking, right? Not overthinking on a decision, not overthinking a way of being, like needing to do something and you're thinking long and hard about how it's meant to turn out, the steps that it's going to take, and where you want to be, right? It's not being in an energy where you're thinking so much that you're holding yourself back. You're missing opportunities, right? So there's that energy surrounding that. It's almost like you have a goal in mind, you come up with a strategy, and then you put it into action, right? This is also saying that you have to allow things to develop naturally, right? So with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like moving in the direction of making a plan, sticking to it, committing to it, and allowing it to naturally develop. Not rushing it, not wanting it to come in quickly. It's just, again, taking your time with the process. I'm hearing, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, allowing things to develop naturally, but as long as it is well thought out, well organized, well structured, right? And not second guessing yourself, going back and forth. So coming up with a plan, coming up with a solution, sticking to it, and then going backwards and changing it. It's like not going back on yourself, just really committing, right? Committing to something, a plan. It's also saying to also think before you speak. That's for some of you as well, because of course the swords represents communication. So thinking before whatever you need to say comes out of your mouth. And that can also mean, with the Pentacles cards, committing to certain things. So if someone asks you, would you like to do such and such? So you finish the end of that sentence. Or would you like to go to such and such? And let's say that you don't want to do it, but you say yes without thinking it through. And then down the line, you're like, oh dear, I don't really want to do this, or I don't have the time to commit to do it. That's going to make you appear unreliable. So this is saying, you can tell them, I need to think about it, or I need to check my schedule, and I'll get back to you. Right? So there's a need to kind of slow your roll down. There's a slowing down and a thinking properly, but not overthinking and fixating on something, a solution, right? Or a problem. Yeah, that just popped out right there. So for someone, you need to actually slow down and think of a solution to a problem. Not fly off the handle, not move too quickly. This is calling for using logic and reason in order to bring something to life, in order to solve a problem. And it's saying it's you developing this, being in this energy, you developing and practicing being in this energy. It's also giving me like be able to say no. Being able to say no and mean it, not feel guilty, listening to how you truly feel with the King of Swords. So there's a level of honesty here that's needed. It's like once you clear this energy up mentally, simplify, that's where you're going to see things in your physical world develop naturally, unfold, right? That's nice. We have here the Nine of Pentacles. Exactly. I'm getting being in harmony in this energy, but also with it being Pentacles, this is another form of personal development. Personal development. This is where you're going to have good fortune come towards you. Again, because you're moving in authenticity. This is a strategic plan I'm hearing. Strategic planning is necessary. That's what I'm hearing. And we have a bird here. And this is listening to the guidance that's given to you, because with the swords as well, that's the clairaudient energy, right? And with the pentacles, you may be seeing signs. You may be seeing signs that this is necessary, or you will be receiving signs also when you're in this energy of actually thinking, slowing down, and making sound and logical decisions. But that's where things will work out in your favor. You won't have the short end of the stick. Everything has to be beneficial to you. Yeah, Page of Cups. Exactly. It has to feel right with you. It has to feel right. You have to be comfortable in this energy, or a need to be comfortable in this energy, right? So again, we have the mental and emotional bodies with the sword, the mental body, and the cups, the emotional body with the pentacles, which represents the physical, right? So this is in your doing. This is you being rooted in this way of being. So it has to resonate with you, again, in mental body and emotional body, that the decisions that you're making, it makes sense where you will benefit. You're not selling yourself short. That's gorgeous. Okay. Let's get some guidance. For someone, this is also taking the time to like slow down and think of an idea that is going to bring in profits, because the Page of Cups, it's also like a creative energy. Now we're not talking about artistic creative only, right? All forms of creation. So it's giving me brainstorm energy, where there is a need to go off and really sit and work through the particulars, I'm hearing, of a project or an idea that will bring in profits. Okay. May I have guidance for option 1? Thank you. We had a jumper there. So we have card number 45, the challenger. Your relationships could be challenging you in a very painful way. So it could be your connections with others if this is not a romantic situation, right? But it's all about, again, thinking before you act, thinking before you speak, thinking before you commit, making sure that it is right for you. This is truly making sure that your decisions, your actions, your thoughts resonates with you completely before you commit or move towards anything or make any form of decision. And you have to be, or need to be, authentic and true to yourself. Right? So it's not about, I don't want to hurt such and such's feelings, that person's feelings, because if you're going to be hurting yourself, that's not, no one benefits. No one benefits. You have to look after yourself. And that's also with the Nine of Pentacles. That's also about self-care, self-preservation. It's important that you make sure that you're doing things that is true to you and that you're looking after yourself. Right? If you're not strong, you can't be strong for others. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the number 2, here's your reading. So we're going to use the tarot and see what area of your life needs simplifying. Right? What area needs your attention the most? Okay. Okay, so you got one card. We have the Four of Swords. Okay, so this is telling me the mental body, right? So thinking, another pile where it's all about thinking, being in the head, the mental body. But for you, it's not overthinking. There's a sense to start thinking, like really taking a step back and thinking things through, reflecting on your life, reflecting on your actions, reflecting on people in your lives, patterns, behaviors, also where you want to be, where you want to go. We have here with this card the Three of Swords. So it could be taking a rest, taking a break from disappointment, from loss, from hardship, and seeking the truth, seeking answers or the truth to a situation, or the truth within the self. What do I truly want, right? What role did I play in this? This is also spiritual truth. Seeking spiritual guidance, connecting with your higher self, understanding your purpose, right? For some of you, I think you might have had a spiritual epiphany, or some of you may have had a spiritual experience, and you're trying to understand what it means. You're trying to break down what it means. Possibly in dream state. Yeah, we have the Page of Wands. So, all right. So some of you have received messages, guidance in dream state, right? Seeking the answers, seeking, like patiently waiting for news, seeking the guidance, but it is coming to you in dream state. Now, this is saying that there's a need to take a step back, reflect, right? To focus on what is important to you, what is truthful and authentic to you, and then moving towards it. With the Page of Wands, and this is a young card, a youthful card, which is all about exploration, not having much expectations as well. Right? So you're seeking guidance, you're seeking clarity on what to do next, where to go in your life, what areas do I need to explore, right? So the energies that I'm picking up from this is there's a desire to move. So there's a period of stagnation, there's a period of stillness, and there's a strong desire to move to the next thing, the next, something that is more exciting, something that is exhilarating, I'm hearing, right? Something that makes you feel alive and young again. Something that is, I'm hearing, within my age. I'm sorry. So some of you might be quite young and you're thinking about what you want to do in life, but you don't want to be, it's like, I don't want to grow up, but you don't have to, right? Of course, there's a level of maturity when it comes to certain thought processes and actions, but you can still remain young and explore life, explore the wonders of life, and that's not an issue. It's when we act foolish and put ourselves in compromising situations, and possibly others in compromising situations. That's when it's a problem, right? But this is saying that there's a desire to want to seek and explore and see more, to travel, right? Where do I want to go next? What do I want to do next? And the energy is saying for you to actually sit back and really reflect, think long and hard about it before acting, before moving. Where do I want to go? This is also giving me meditative energy, like retreat vibes, right? So it's like, where do I want to go and explore next to find myself? This is seeking the self, wanting to know more about who I am and where is my life leading me. And Spirit is saying again to focus on clearing the mental and body, right, of overthinking, but using this time constructively and being honest with your feelings, like what messages are coming to you from Spirit and your ancestors, and like heeding the guidance, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Because sometimes we can be in Four of Swords energy, right? The meditative energy, taking a step back energy, and wasting time overthinking and focusing on the shoulda, coulda, woulda, or the what ifs. But this is saying using that time constructively, where you're going to be receiving proper guidance from the ancestors in the universe source. So this is seeking that guidance if you want clear answers and messages as to where you should go next, or what you should do next, if you're in a position or an energy of being at a crossroads, right? Yeah, because look at the stained glass here. I'm getting speaking I'm getting seeking spiritual guidance from this. For some of you, it's like a breakup, and it's almost like needing to get out of that environment to clear your head, right? Yeah, look at that, the moon. Exactly. Look at that. It's calling for you to meditate, guys, and ask for the answers. Ask. Five of Cups. Wow, there's some deep wounding here. There's a sense of why is this happening to me with the Five of Cups and the moon. Why is this happening to me? And for someone, it's a repeated pattern. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. So it could be matters of the heart here. But it is saying to break this cycle is to seek spiritual counsel and listen to the guidance that's given to you. For some of you, you are receiving guidance through readings. You're getting tarot readings done and you're given guidance, but you're not listening to it. You're not following it. You're not doing it. So the pattern just keeps repeating. Now, the guidance that you're being given is for you to recognize what needs to be done, what you should be doing in order to improve, in order to stop this energy from happening. The Five of Cups, where you're losing. It's like you're losing a part of yourself, but also burying it. You're not releasing it properly, not facing it head on, and then being able to work through it and then let go. This is actually you experiencing it and then burying it, sweeping it under the carpet. These things come to the surface, you know. If you are wanting to ascend spiritually and you have some baggage, when you communicate with spirit and say, I am ready to devote my life to you, or to ascend, to devote my life to being of service, all of this stuff is going to come up and it is painful. So it is wise to work through it early. And I'm speaking to you based on experience. This stuff ain't no joke and it hurts like hell. So if you are receiving guidance from readings and all that stuff, and you know you have that awareness and it's saying, yes, this is something that you need to concentrate on healing, it is time to do it. Okay? Yeah, look at that, the Empress. Oh dear, I got another situation here. Oh, poor thing. Another experience that I've had, but I see it. It could be a miscarriage for someone, and it's like not healing from that. And it's almost like, okay, when am I going to get back on the wagon and just kind of start again, try again? And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I've had my fair share of multiples miscarriages at different stages as well, right? So late ones, mid ones, early ones, and it doesn't get any easier. It's incredibly painful at all stages because you do get attached. Once you see that positive pregnancy test, you are a mom, right? Now, what this is saying is, and it's hard, there's no way of making the pain go away, like fully, right? It's always going to be there, but it's how you, it's not losing sight of life or living your life, right? So there'll always be, oh, well, the child would have been this age now, or there'll always be that. And for some people, they're just not in that space to even be around others with babies, right? But there's a sense of working through that by understanding that, for one, you can always have another. You can always try again, as long as you maintain your faith in God, connect with God, speak to your ancestors, right? That's very, very important. But also looking into something within yourself. What are you carrying? What are you holding on to that could be a block, right? That this child is, or this energy is created inside of you to bring up to the surface, to recognize and to heal, right? So that's something that I've had to work through with all of mine. And it really were blockages in my connections, blockages within myself, mindset, patterns. There were so many different things that I needed to work on in order to be open to receiving the life, the blessing, right, from spirit. And there's also, for me, there was also child abuse, hence the femininity, right, the divine feminine energy was blocked. And it had something to do with worth as well, right? Value and worth of the self. So it's working through that energy. Wow. I mean, it is incredibly painful, that experience. And it doesn't matter what anyone says, it's something that, a pain, a loss that you're going to have to really work through, process, and connect with God. Like really connect with God and communicate with God. Some people can say some really insensitive things, and it's for you to just not harbor any type of hard feelings with that. Let it roll off your back and keep moving, right? It's mainly that. But a lot of it is really you diving deep within the self, right? Connecting with your higher self, with your soul and God and the ancestors, and communicating with them. That's what this is really calling for. That mental energy, the emotional energy, and taking action to moving towards connecting with, again, the source energy, the creator, with the empress, the creator. And then look, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. That's when the divine spark happens. Wow. Okay, let's get some guidance. Guidance option 2. Okay, so we have here, wow, card number 35, reducing to 8. So that's abundance. And it says blessing in disguise. You're being asked not to prejudice your current set of circumstances. Look at that. Something is in the works here. Something is in the process of developing here, right? But it's saying it is a blessing in disguise. And I know for that particular situation, that's not even something that is going to make you feel good, right? But the blessing in disguise in that situation is when you connect with spirit and connect with your higher self and receive the guidance and feel that love and that support. That's when you're going to be in a place of peace and acceptance. Also, for me at a later stage, I was able to connect with the energies of my babies. One of them came back in human form, a rainbow, but I was able to connect with their energies, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But there's a lot of healing in progress here. And it's mainly about listening to the guidance and connecting again to source and your higher self, really being vulnerable and open, stripping down the layers and getting to the root. It's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the number 3, here's your reading. So we're going to start with the tarot, and we're going to see what area of your life needs simplifying. Okay. Ooh, Two of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. So your emotional body, your connections, the way you view your relationships, but also the relationship with yourself, because we have here with the Two of Cups the masculine and feminine energy. So being emotionally balanced, right? So being balanced with your feelings, right? What you put into your connections, that can be romantic, friendships, business, right? So the role that you play, the actions that you take as well. So how do you feel within your connections? Just the role that you play, your actions in your connections, right? So the actions would be the masculine energy, and the feminine energy is the response to the actions that you create in your connections. Is it in balance, right? So this is all about how you conduct yourself in your relationships. It's like, do you overdo things? Are you the person that gives more? Or are you expecting a lot more from your person or friends or people in your life? Are you a giver or a taker? Right? And it's also giving me the energy of how much do you give to yourself? Are you in balance and in flow within yourself? How much of this energy are you feeding to your soul? So it's more the feelings, the emotional body that needs simplifying, right? It needs to come into balance. I'm hearing it needs better focus. Yeah, but well, you got like 2 extras. Okay. Hey, look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles, cooperation here. Right. So 8 of Swords, Ace of Wands. Yeah, look at that. It's like holding on tightly, holding on to delaying a change from occurring, holding on to what you currently have. This could even be holding on to your sense of independence. That's for some of you. But there is a need to move on, to be more in a emotionally balanced state in order to start anew. There's a sense of needing to let go of the old, an old way of doing things, an old pattern as well, right? So this is being more emotionally balanced and not bringing over fears from previous relationships into something new. This is definitely an issue where there is a need to delay change, delay progress. Fear of intimacy. Fear of intimacy. I'm hearing like you're getting too close. You're getting too close. And it may appear like you're all for and ready for the perfect relationship, and you're going to be given equally as you are receiving, but it is saying that there's a hesitation here. Hesitation of building, starting something new, creating, you coming together and building something that has growth potential here, that can expand. Look at that. The next card, I showed you this, the 3 of Pentacles, but following that is the Sun, and then following that is the 8 of Pentacles. This requires work in order to get that happy relationship, that union, that you are seeking, work needs to be done. There's a sense of needing to be agreeable with working together, collaborating, right? And with it being pentacles, like physically, meaning allowing this person to take the lead sometimes, or allowing this person to be present and making the effort in the connection. So some of you, I'm sensing, are not in a connection, but this is a problem that you have that needs looking at, that needs simplifying. It's a strong independence with a desire to have meaningful connections or partnerships where both people are on the same page and it's just working out great. But in order to have that, you're going to have to allow the other person free reign to be a part of the connection, to be able to do things, to be active in the connection. So it shouldn't be all up to you. With it being swords here, it's almost like a sense of being in control. You have the last say, and it's holding on to that power because there's a strong need to have that that control of the direction or how the relationship goes. But it is saying you have to let people in, and that's the word that you need to focus on right now. That's decluttering. It's the emotional body, tackling why am I in this energy? Why do I feel the need to not allow someone to come in to my heart? You may think it, but there's a need to feel it. And it's, again, it's based on your actions. So we have the following card, which is, I'll show you the bottom, the whole deck. So the next card is the Empress. So it has something to do with your worth, your value here. But you see, we have the Nine of Swords, the anxiety card. Am I giving up my independence? That's something that needs to be examined here. Am I giving up my independence? Am I giving up that energy of being like a sovereign being? And the answer is no. That's more, and this is calling for being in a feminine energy, right? So if you're masculine, it still doesn't matter. The feminine energy is being open to receive, right? So being that magnet and allowing someone else to be able to express themselves freely and to do kind things for you without policing the whole thing, right? But it's tapping into that energy. It's afraid of losing yourself in your connections, but you desire it, which is very confusing here. Yeah, look at that. We have the Nine of Cups. So we have the Wish card. So this is also a card of personal fulfillment, and it does have a slight selfish edge to it because it's what I want. This is more on a personal level. So what makes me fulfilled, not what makes everyone involved fulfilled. It's all about me. Right? So that seems to be a dynamic here that needs to be explored. And again, this might not be everybody's pile as well, but it's that need to always have things your way. Right? And that's not a bad thing, but it's when you're not allowing the other person free expression, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, so we have here the Knight of Swords. Exactly, look, it's like I make the decisions. It's my way, or, I'm out. Yeah, Ten of Swords, or I'm out. Yeah. It's saying, look, Ace of Swords, really doing some reflection, needing clarity on the situation. So this could be having that talk with your person. It's also saying to communicate with your person, whether you're in a connection, and if you're not, when you are in a connection, there needs to be open lines of communication and honest communication at that. So your person is on the same page, and you will be able to express your truth, how you're feeling, and they will also be able to do the same. So for you, it's not, well, a person should know how I feel or what I desire, right? Or that's it, it's my way and that's it. It's more, okay, well, we're communicating and this is what I like and this is what that person likes. This is what that person wants to do for me. This is what I want to do for them. It's that healthy, even exchange. Healthy, even exchange, right? And that's how you can get what you want. It's understanding, which is the Two of Cups, but it's understanding the flow of connecting with others, the flow of relationships, how it works. That there's two people involved and both parties need to be heard. Both parties need to communicate with each other. And relationships takes a hell of a lot of work, an incredible amount of work. But within that, you must always maintain a level of self and not losing yourself in your connections. So this is also, and I'm picking up that energy of that whole soulmate, twin flame, etc., right? I'm not saying that I don't believe in it, but it's when you allow it to dominate your idea of a relationship. That's where you can miss out on some wonderful connections because you're heavily focused on the title, right? And not focusing on the fact that there's certain behavioral patterns that you possess that needs examining, right? Because always remember this, and I have a relationship channel, the Watery Aquarian, where I talk about these twin flame soulmate relationships. When you're in them, it doesn't mean that I'm in it and I can be the way that I am and it's just going to work out because it's a divine connection. No. Those connections require even more work. You're going to have to work on yourself. Your person is going to have to work on themselves. And when you come together, you're going to have to work even more. Right? Now, it's not like ridiculous hard work where you're having tons of tower moments and all that. No. It's once you have worked on yourself and you know your value and you know that this person is not the world, right? This person is not your world. The person is not going to be here to save you. Without them, you have nothing and all that. If you are not in that energy and you're in the energy of, I am everything that I need. If this person wants to be with me, fantastic. We can build and grow. And if this person does not want to be with me, that's okay too, because I can do it myself, right? I'm completely fine with it. That's the energy that you need to be in, and your person as well. So these two whole beings who knows themselves come together. Imagine what can come from that. The strength, the power. Now that's a power couple. That's a power couple. So this is calling for working through the idealism of your relationships. Really focusing on yourself, right? Working on being open to collaborating, right? Compromise. Let's get some guidance. Okay. So we have here card number 3. Empathic overload. It is time for you to truly honor your highly sensitive nature. Start putting in the work on that. So the sensitivity involves the fear of being vulnerable, of being wide open, of being seen by your person. That's the sensitivity. So with the need of having full control of the ins and outs of your connection, that's actually you thinking that you are really open and all that, but you're actually blocking off your heart center. You're actually blocking and closing your heart from your person, right? So it's saying to there's a strong need for release. And with number 3, that represents personal power. That represents personal power with the Empress. Not losing sight of who you are. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 4. For those of you who selected the number 4, here's your reading. So we're going to start with the tarot. Now let's see what area of your life needs simplifying. Okay, so that is way too many. Thank you. Okay, so we have here the 10 of Pentacles. That's interesting. So this is all about your material stability, material abundance. So we're looking at stability in your finances, stability within the family unit, stability also with your physical health. This could mean, but anytime I see pentacles, that's what it represents. It's the tangible. It's something that you can grasp, you can hold on to, right? So it is saying to, this is like being focused on the long term, right? So that's what I'm getting from this. Focusing on everything that you do, you're doing it for the future, the next generation, or you're doing it for longevity. So that can be pertaining to your health, where if you're changing your lifestyle, meaning what you're putting into your body, taking vitamins, exercising, this is having the view of doing it long term, right? When it comes to acquiring wealth, this is you doing it in order for future generations to not struggle, to have abundance, right? So this is giving me really focusing on the material, the tangible, right? With a focus of, or a view of, everything that you do must have substance. Everything that you do must have some form of gain for yourself and your family. This is, it's also giving me like knowing your value and worth. And what I mean by that is, if you're offering a service, it is offering the amount that you feel that your skill is worth, right? So not feeling ashamed of, or feeling that you're overcharging, and certainly do not undersell yourself, right? But this is saying really knowing what your skill is worth. This is all about having meaningful relationships and connections as well, right? This is all about the long haul. This is wanting it all. This is like being fulfilled in all areas of your life. Feeling like life is beautiful, life is wonderful. I am so lucky. This is what this card represents. And this is the energy that you should be in. You should be aiming to be in, right? That everything is possible. Everything is possible. You can have it all. Okay, let's get some more cards. There's a sense of also being loyal with the dogs here, the 2 dogs, being loyal to what you do, being loyal to yourself, to your family, and what you have to offer, all that you do. I'm hearing integrity. We have here the 8 of Swords. Okay. So this is someone who is incredibly driven, And we have here with the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So incredibly driven with the King of Wands, right? We have the Eight of Swords, and this is someone that is in the energy of not wanting to be in the lead position or the lead role, not wanting to take the lead position, not wanting to claim leadership, when in fact you're more than capable of. You're more than capable of leading others, guiding others, because you're someone who is fair and just. But there's a sense of fear here with the Eight of Swords. It's like deliberately taking a step back, right, from this position. So it could be for some of you where you don't exactly want a promotion to be like in a managerial position, because you don't feel that you are capable of handling that role or being a good manager. But it's saying that yes, you are. Go claim what is yours. And it doesn't necessarily have to be within a corporation. This could be just within a business, right? Or in school where you have a project and you're being told that you should take the lead. You should be the main person organizing, orchestrating the project, the task. And it's like, I don't think so. I don't think that this is what I want to do, because I don't think that I'm capable of. And it's saying get out of that energy, right? Be in the energy of really being focused and driven, knowing that you're more than capable of completing the task, of handling the position. That's what this is saying. It's almost like denying yourself this great abundance, denying yourself recognition for your abilities, your skills, financial improvement. And if this has anything to do with health, it's the mentality of, well, I don't look like such and such. I'm not capable of looking very fit. And fit meaning like handsome, beautiful, whatever, right? I don't think that I have it in me to be able to handle that type of fitness regimen. But you're shooting it down without giving it a try. Maybe if you tried it bit by bit, it might be something that you enjoy. You achieve your task and you end up doing this. Like it's a lifestyle change with the Ten of Pentacles. You see what I mean? So it's shifting the mindset where it's getting out of the energy of the I can't into the I can. But it's also moving out of the Swords energy where you're thinking, overthinking things, being doubtful, and it's calling for you to step into this energy of making things happen. So we have here, if we're looking at the suits, you have the sword suits where you're all up in your head, right? I can't without even trying it. So you're deliberately taking a back seat, where it's saying here, come on, add some energy to what you want to do. Add some energy instead of doubt to make this happen. Add some drive, motivation, movement. And when you do that, this is what develops. The Ten of Pentacles. Something remarkable develops. It's the effort. It's making the effort to evoke change. I'm hearing claiming your role, claiming your position. Right, let's clarify. Three of Swords. Yes, there's a sense of frustration here, disappointment. Could be where in the past you might not have had the best experience, and that's why it's easy to take a back seat. But this is saying no, sometimes you have to go through that in order to realize your abilities, how skilled you are. right? To realize that, hang on a minute, if Sandra can do that, I know that I can definitely do that role better because I'm good with coming up with solutions, right? It's just looking at your strengths. It's wanting you to look at your strengths. Yes, look at that, the Hermit. Recognizing your strengths, recognizing your abilities, your light, your gifts. Not being broken anymore. Look at that, coming into balance. Emotionally coming into balance. Emotionally recognizing, again, that you are capable. Not flying off the handle where you have your head, right, really moving 1,000 miles a minute, and you're becoming emotional, confused, off balance. This is saying come into balance. Recognizing that we may not know it all, but what you know is enough for you to lead, to take the lead. Sometimes it's all about learning on the job as well. Having the courage to take the lead and learning as you go. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. And I'm hearing self-belief. There's a sense of really working through your emotional body and connecting with why do I feel afraid of stepping up and being seen, stepping up to the role as a leader, stepping into my position. Okay, let's get some advice. This is also giving me someone who is in a relationship that it looks really good on paper, right? They're desiring more though. They're feeling trapped in a family situation, right? It could be a relationship, especially with the Two of Cups here, but it could be that you're stuck in a dynamic that you are not feeling anymore. Emotionally, you're not there. Could be where you've been hurt and it's caused you to go inwards and starting to realize that this particular setup is not exactly what you want. This isn't your ultimate happiness, your ultimate fulfillment, right? You're seeking something that is more balanced where you and the other person, and my heart just jumped, you and the other person are in alignment. You're realizing that what you currently have is not in balance emotionally. So you could be someone that is more of a driving force or the driving force in the connection, or with the Eight of Swords, you're actually you've taken a step back and allowed the other person to take the lead. So you're not standing in your authority in this connection, right? So you're allowing this person to be in the driver's seat. You've taken a step back, but it's not really feeling right. You're not feeling it anymore. It's not appealing. There's a sense of being frustrated. And it's saying that deep down, you're wanting something more. You're desiring something more. It could also be that your taste has changed as well. So this might have been appealing before, but now you're seeking something that has more emotional energy in it, right? So it could be where I'm all about a relationship where we're stable, we got the white picket fence, it's ticking all the boxes, everything is all good. And we're all smiling, and it's the 2.5 kids and whatever, right? And it's saying that you have that and that's not working. It's not, you're not getting that emotional rush from that that excitement. It's not, you're not feeling it. It's not igniting your passion and that drive, that will to live, I'm hearing. So it has you now realizing that you do need to tap more into your emotional body. And when it comes to connections, now you know that what you desire is true love, real love, an emotional connection that does have all the other elements, the passion and the commitment, the stability. So we have here inspired action. Card number 22, that's a master number, master builder, right? So we have focus on inspiration and the action steps will follow effortlessly. Exactly. Focus on inspiration and the action steps will follow effortlessly. So we have here someone that is holding themselves back, and this is you needing to step out of that energy, right, of taking a back seat and now stepping to the forefront. Once you have the courage and move into that energy, the rest will fall into place. It's almost like you're going to go with the flow on that one, right? So whatever comes on your path, once again, once you have presented yourself, you're going to be able to handle it accordingly. So there's no need to pre-plan, right? Wow. Bottom of the deck is card number 49, and it says soul's purpose or soul purpose. Something exciting is on the horizon for you if you follow your passion. Isn't that interesting? I'm taking that one too. Oh, soul searching on the bottom. I'm not going to read that. Right. So you were probably meant to have gone through this in order for you to realize exactly what you want. See your situation for what it is and realize what you need to do. So it's really tapping into this, focusing on the tangible, focusing on what is important to you, right? So that's what this is calling for. Stripping everything down, simplifying your life and focusing on that. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering live Zoom readings. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your